Safety is at the heart of the passionate crusade by the families of Flight 3407, and they're refusing to give up despite a safety bill setback in Washington. News 4's Anthony Kanji reports.
Family members who lost loved ones on Flight 3407 that were fighting for airline reform were dealt a setback from Capitol Hill. The U.S. House of Representatives approved an amendment to the airline safety law Friday that makes it tougher for the government to enforce stricter pilot training and fatigue rules. The amendment was added after a very narrow vote and was particularly devastating to Jennifer West. Her husband Ernie was a passenger on 3407.
I was shocked. I just can't believe that they voted for the amendment after all the hard work and all we fought for to get that bill passed. And for them to undermine it is ridiculous.
The amendment was sponsored by Pennsylvania Republican Bill Schuster and would have the Federal Aviation Administration create separate flight safety regulations for commercial, cargo, and charter airlines. It also cuts the FAA's budget by $4 billion. West thinks if the lawmakers who support the bill were in her shoes, they would feel differently.
Cut costs. What's more important? You know, the almighty dollar or lives? You know, I'd like to see what they would say if their family was in that plane, if they would have the same opinion. Money can't tuck my daughter in bed at night. You know, I mean, there's no, you know, until you're in that position, you have no realization how hard this is.
Democrats say the cost cutting puts the FAA in a hardship, and that it wouldn't allow for new safety regulations to curb pilot fatigue and add mandatory pilot experience hours. Republicans argue the cuts are necessary. The biggest group affected was cargo planes that don't take passengers. West wants to remind the lawmakers a person on the ground was also killed in Clarence that fateful day, and that it could be worse next time.
Even if someone flying cargo and not passengers, they could still crash into a school, a hospital.
Senator Charles Schumer said he will block the measure when it reaches the Senate. Anthony Kanji, News 4.